This is Derek Flanzraich from Harvard Time, and I'm with Dean William Fitzsimmons. It's nice to have you.
Great. It's great to be here with you.
You're the Dean of Admissions and Financial Aid here at Harvard. And how many years have you been working here?
I started work in 1972, and except for 2 years out for good behavior, I've been here since. I've been dean since 1986.
What during that time has been, the most rewarding?
Well, I think almost any time any of our staff members opens up a folder. Every time we read an application, and we read quite a few every year, we had 27,462 this past year, you're looking at a life story. It's just very rewarding. I mean, each one is different, and we've got the difficult task of trying to pick a small number from a very, very good pool. But the rewarding piece, I think, is the individual life stories, and you couldn't make them up.
So if I'm a guidance counselor or a parent, and I'm trying to write my child's essay, how can I disguise it so you guys can I use cool words like dope or hella?
I wouldn't get too good at what I was doing on that one. I'd be careful.
So let's talk about the applicants for the class of 2013. So we talked to a bunch of them, and they all wanted to know more about you. So where are you from?
Weymouth, Massachusetts,
and
15 miles south of Boston.
What's your favorite kind of Godiva chocolate?
Good God.
These are just questions.
Well, I understand, though, that dark chocolate these days is supposed to be good for you. You live forever.
So if someone were to...
No, don't send them, because that's been done before.
So this is interesting.
Chocolate.
So you have gotten bribes.
Of course. Chocolate chip cookies, date nut bread, yeah, you name it.
So
We've
but
cakes.
If the cookies are really good.
I wouldn't dare to touch them. You never know who's going to send them. We'll send them along to the television station.
Oh, thank you. But what else? Have there been anything interesting that people say?
We've had everything.
Are there any sexual favors that people offer?
Never. Never.
Good.
Never.
That's probably wise.
Right. Very wise. Judgment issues.
Right. Do you choose applicants based on...
It's a set of activities.
Is it trying
so
to
we see people
fit together a class of people? So if I was applying, I wouldn't want to say, oh, I'm good at a lot of things, just whatever you want. But I would say, I'm a great journalist.
I think the easy way to explain it would be that every year we're going to admit about 2,100 people. And there'll be 200 or 300 people who will have some sort of a distinguishing excellence. I mean, it might be music, it could be social service, it could be anything like that. It's very clear at a national or international level this person is unusual, but that's 200 or 300 people. And then there are 200 or 300 people who are very unusual academically. And then again, it isn't just test scores and grades, but it's the recommendations, it's international, national contests, whatever. Anybody who's truly unusual academically. Most people, therefore, you've done the addition here, so we're down to about 1,500 spaces, are actually what we would call good all-arounders at a very high level. These are the people that the college guidebooks say never get in, but they have been our staple for years, and you can't really categorize them. They're multi-talented. They're right across the board, academically, extracurricularly, and personally, and because we do so much recruiting, because the pool is so good, the foundation for every case is actually character and personal qualities. You want to get people who will make people better. So that's the kind of foundation of the case. And beyond that, there's no box that you have to fit into.
So I'm going to bring up a few hypothetical students, and I just want to see, are these people going to be accepted or are they not? So our first student is a Native American orphan, amputee from Maine who cured the hiccups. He has a 9.7 GPA, 2,500 SATs. He's an opera singer, veteran, and single mother. What do you think?
Pretty good chance.
Accepted? Pretty good chance?
Pretty good chance. That'd be a pretty solid applicant.
You just accepted Frankie Dermott here, the Native American orphan amputee. So that's good. You made his day. Our second applicant is a hardworking carpenter. And he's a community organizer. He sacrifices for others. He's a leader amongst his friends. He enjoys water sports, and was brought up by an absentee father. But he's had trouble with the law. He never took his SATs. He's kind of a God complex, and we're still waiting for him to show up to his interview. What do you think?
I think that's a little bit of a problem. Didn't take the SATs. No interview.
Yeah.
So whom did we reject?
So Jesus Christ.
Okay.
That was. That's pretty rough.
Yeah. Well, it's a tough, it's a tough
hard.
process.
It's a tough,
It really
there's a lot of
is,
great
yeah.
applicants.
Yeah, but you can be born again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll have another chance.
Another chance, right.
Let's talk about the early action. So early action was gone
Right.
so the first class is the freshman class currently. How'd that go? From my perspective.
We were very pleased. For one thing, it just is an interesting thing is that the applications went up 20% in 1 year. We set a new record for applications
Right.
just in that 1 year alone. And this year, for the class of 2013, we're right on pace probably to exceed that record.
There
in
were
public
200
schools.
kids taken off the wait list, right?
Right, exactly.
So it was an interesting, was that a missed calculation or was it just?
No, actually, the thing we were, of course, worried about is we know that the Harvard houses are full to capacity right now. So the thing we could not do is to come in over. This coming year, we probably also will be very conservative because it's the second year. We still aren't quite sure how these things are going to sort out.
Can you guys, let more hot people in, more attractive people? I mean, if you need, ask them to, submit pictures. I'll help you screen them.
But how would you know whose pictures they were?
Good faith guesses. Or at least, is Emma Watson applying? Because
we can't talk about individual cases.
Well, if
right.
Emma Watson from Harry Potter is applying, she would definitely help that quotient here on campus.
Well, I wouldn't know because we are totally oblivious to that kind of thing.
But have you seen the Harry Potter movies?
I've seen 3 of the movies, maybe. Yeah, 3 of the movies. Yeah,
she's a very talented
I haven't
girl.
seen the latest one. Yeah.
That Emma Watson, and cute too. Okay,
talent we like.
talent. She's very talented. Last year, something like 25,000 students were rejected from Harvard. So was it loud when you crushed 25,000 hearts?
It's very, very difficult. It's very difficult because, the one thing I think, though, I will say is that people realize from the beginning that it's hard to get into Harvard, and it's been hard to get in for quite some time. So I think we can do good work.
But my question is, does your foot hurt from stepping on 25,000 souls? Does your shoulder hurt from the recoil from shooting down 25,000 dreams?
It's very, very hard. The one thing I can say is that we come away from the process knowing that we've done everything we can to advocate the cases. We also know that the kind of people who are going to just miss getting into a place like this will end up at a great college and do great things with their lives, and in many cases do as well or better than some of the people we admitted.
I know that amongst the students here, a lot of people have this feeling that, they were the Harvard admissions mistake, they were the fluke. It's hard to imagine that it's everyone, right? So it's got to be someone. So is it Lucy M. Caldwell 09?
No, of course not.
So who is?
Nobody in this room.
Nobody
I can
in this
guarantee
room?
you. That's all I can tell you.
Good news, guys. No, I was talking to a bunch of my friends, actually, and told them I was going to come interview, and they told me to pass on one message, and that is thank you. I think a lot of us are pretty happy we're here. So
well, I think we're thankful, A, that you applied, and B, that you came here, because I think the real problem we worry about, actually, is all the great people who, at least in the past, sort of didn't apply at all because they worried about the cost, and ended up automatically going to the flagship public university in state. I think we've got a new world in front of us now, so we're hoping at least to get more people, thinking about this place than ever before, and that way your degree will be even more worthwhile in the long run than it was before.
Dean Fitzsimmons, thanks so much for being with us.
Great.
I really appreciate it. And make sure to check out all our episodes and other interviews at onharvardtime.com.
For more great footage, go to onharvardtime.com.